Hi, everybody. Hey, hello. Let me do a welcome. Everybody. How y'all doing on this Friday? My goodness, it's a cold Friday. It's a cold Friday. It is freezing out there. Okay, it is freezing over here. I don't know where you at. Wherever you are, and it's not freezing. Oh, Lordy. Oh, anybody out there with a temperature above 75, I would like for you to consider me. Okay? Consider me, please, and thanks. Consider me. This cold, let me tell you something. This cold only inspire me, motivate me, push me, do all sorts of things to let me get out of here to go traveling. That's what this cold will be doing. This cold is like, this cold push me to go travel. Push me to encourage you to go travel. Push me to book a trip for you to go travel. If you like the cold, if you don't like the cold like me, okay? If you don't like the cold like me, then this cold supposed to motivate you in such a way. Because Lord knows it is. Lord knows. Lord knows this cold is doing it. Darlings. Darlings. Obviously, look, let me check right now. 25, 25 degrees. 25 degrees. Oh, I didn't put it up. Okay. 25 degrees over here. Okay. I mean, I think if that turn around, I don't know. If that turn around is going to be 52. And 52 don't work for me still. Mm-mm. Maybe 52 with some sunshine. But 52 don't work for me. Put on 10 more on that, 62, we might do it. Because the sun might be shining. Ooh, and then I'll take it. Okay? But besides, oh, what happened to my thing? But besides that, it is Friday. It is the weekend. It is Saturday for somebody. It is the weekend. Okay? Living for the weekend. So we got much to give thanks for. Excuse me. We got much to give thanks for. And because we do, I just want to come on up in here and say to you, welcome to another episode of the Question Live Show with your host, Verona Willis-Brown. So yes, indeed, it's another episode of the Question Live Show where we come on in here, we share our story, we share our achievement, we share our greatness, we share our weakness. We just share and support each other. Yes, we do. We do. It is a good thing to come on in here and share. Sharing, they say, is caring, but no. No, no. No, no. No. Sharing is a part of our DNA. Sharing is a part of our DNA. Therefore, we should share. So, with that said, I want to say it to you. We are rolling into February. Did I tell you? Did I tell you that February is leaving? Y'all see all this gray here? Oh my gosh, look at all of this. I got different colors. I got a lot of things going on with my hair. You know it's gonna get off very soon. Very soon it's gonna go. Anywho, February is leaving. February is leaving, and I'm not crying. I'm not crying for that. Nope. I am happy as a lamb. Yes, I is. I'm happy as a lamb because that's going to take me closer to my season of warmth. I just be sitting here visualizing the sun, the warmth of the sun that's coming and touching me. I just be visualizing myself putting my feet in sand instead of snow. I just been visualizing the waves going back and forth instead of the wind. I just been visualizing. Yeah, imagine for a second. I'm giving you live shows. I mean, live entertainment. That yeah, I be out there be like giving you some live entertainment. Just imagine that you saw one, some live concerts in the summer. Well, I do them in the winter, but not as much. In the summer, I'm more on the go. I'm on the go in the summer. So I look forward for that. So beside that, what y'all doing? What y'all doing? So never mind. So listen up. Listen up. As we're rolling into this question live show, I just have to go into my moment just now. We are in February. February is leaving, and February got a lot going on. A lot going on. Okay, just a lot. A lot is taking place. A lot is being celebrated in February. February is like jam packed with a lot of things. I think, yeah, February got a lot going on. January got a lot of birthdays, but February got a lot of celebration going on. It is reggae month. Simply mean that we are celebrating a lot of reggae artists and we are celebrating reggae on a hold stemming from Jamaica. Right? And I realized because we're celebrating reggae month, maybe this is the reason why. A lot of reggae artists' birthdays in February, including Bob Marley, Dennis Brown, Oriz, Andy, Sleepy, and a lot more people birthdays, so reggae artists in February. So February is reggae month. And besides reggae being February being reggae month, we have something called Love Month too. So I mean that was Valentine's Day. Valentine's Day already left, but somehow it was Valentine's Day, and then now I'm getting information that is Love Month. So I don't know if it got expanded to Love Month without me knowing, but whatever the case is, love is there every day. It's a Love Month. Yeah. And then we move on to the next part, Black History Month. Now, Black History Month is simply mean that we are going in and we are honoring those calling black people. I don't like the name. I don't like that. But I'm just gonna say it because that's what is happening, and I'm not judging nobody. It's called Black History Month. Why? Because they're celebrating black people, of those who created, those who made a positive impact, those who have invented, and all the great wonders and all the great achievements and all the great stuff of us. But that lead me to where I'm gonna go to my thing today. I don't even know what happened to my thumbnail. But that's where I'm gonna touch a little bit. But besides that, I'm from a huge family, so there are a lot of birthdays going on again in my family. Yeah, a lot of birthdays taking place in my family. And if it's not my biological family, it's just my adopted family and my family out there and all that good stuff. And yeah, yeah, yeah. And people that I know and people that I met somewhere. It's a lot of birthday going on. Yesterday was one of the reggae artists' birthday as well. So again, got a lot of birthdays going on. So I want to just give a big shout out to all the birthday people. It is your birthday. Big up yourself, celebrate yourself, salute yourself. I salute you, I celebrate you. Because it's your birthday. So big up to all the family members. I can't call no name. I don't want to call no name because then I'm going to call somebody's name and they're like, oh, you forgot my name. What about me? What about me? Listen, to all of y'all celebrating birthday, just go ahead and just celebrate yourself, okay? But me, I'm just celebrating here because it is a form of support. And I believe that when we come in here, we support each other. And when we support each other, we work together, we grow together, we build together. And when we do that, we get stronger. Because the more we are together, is the stronger we will be. Okay? The stronger. So in that case, I celebrate each and every one of you. And in that case, if you come on in here and you got a small win, I celebrate you. A big win, I celebrate you too. Because when we celebrate each other, that's what mean we are showing up to show out. And that's what mean we are showing up to celebrate. That's what mean we are showing up to support what we are doing. So I want to say to you, on this platform, we celebrate birthdays, anniversary, boo's birthday, children's birthday, parents' birthday, neighbor's birthday, neighbor's anniversary, neighbor's achievement, something. You got a dog, you got a certificate, you got a cat, you got a rat, you got something, you got a new pet, new family member. You found out you were pregnant. You just got a baby. You just got proposed to. You just got married. Whatever the case is, you wrote a book, you achieved something, you published a book, you did your first book, you did the first line to write your book, you got a good mindset to write something. Whatever the case is, I like to say to you, we celebrate that, we celebrate that. But you see, over here, we like to use F words. Yes, we do. We use F words over here. 3. Fun, faith, and family. You see, it's the faith that I have, even when I think I don't have it, that allow me to reach 360 episodes. And it's the family that I have like you out there. If you just watch one little video, if you watch one little video, you comment one little word, you subscribe to the channel, you watch me, but you don't do anything of such, you are my family. And I celebrate you. Yes, I do. I celebrate you. So on this Friday, on this Friday, we like to have fun. Yes, we do like to have fun. So whether you're family, biologically, or whatever, we have to have fun. So that throw me into the fact that we are going to talk about Black History Month, but I don't want to call that because guess what? If you've been on this channel, especially on the lives for February, you will hear that I said I don't like to be called that. I don't like to be called a color. I'm not a marker or a paintbrush or paint or crayons. I don't want to be called a color. Call me a goddess. Call me a queen. Call me a princess. Call me a woman, a lady, she, her. But calling me by a color is unacceptable for me. I told you the story last night that I didn't grow up in that era where you call me by a color. So I don't like the fact that that color is attached to me. Absolutely not. So that brings us to where we are addressing the fact that in February, we will talk about our culture and our heritage instead of Black History Month. Listen to me. I'm not taking you away from that. If you want to say Black History Month, you go right ahead. I'm never going to take nobody away from what they already learned. No, but I learned how to unlearn to learn new things. I learned how to raise my level of consciousness so I can move into a different level, right? So I don't want to be called a color. So what happened? I like to call me by my name. Better yet, call me a woman. Call me a goddess. Yeah, I came from God. So by all right, I'm in the image of God. Therefore, I'm a goddess. So that is what you can just say, Goddess Verona. Then we take that. Okay? We will take that. You want to call me a princess? I'll take that too because I'm royalty. Right? So I'll take that as well. So I don't believe in calling the other person a color. Absolutely not. So when we have in Black History Month and we say Black History Month, I'm like, why we gotta say that? Often when we use those words, there's some form of disruption. Okay? There's some form of disruption. Believe it or not, there's some form of hidden trauma somewhere. And when we use that word, it disrupts that. Believe it or not. There's some hidden pain. And when we use that word, we're bringing that up too. Some hidden hurt. When we use that word, it's bringing that up too. Okay? So you are my sisters and you are my brothers. Absolutely. And that is the reason why, because I want to raise a level of consciousness and I want to unlearn, to relearn, and learn new things. I call it our cultural month, our heritage month. And the reason why, because at most time when we have something as a people, somebody can relate to it. When we have our story, and that's why I said the word, I have a relationship with words. So if you're new on this channel, you are new. If you're new on this channel, I want to welcome you. If you are not new, then you know for some apparent reason, I do have a great relationship with words. I do. We have a very special, I don't know, we have a special relationship. Our relationship is very, I don't know what to say. Our relationship we just don't have words to describe our relationship. So I could just look at the words and I'm like, I see you. We're going to change things up. We're going to wear different clothes. Just the word history. Right? History, I'm like, let me see, how can I build a relationship with the word history? So what I did, I broke it apart. Hi, story. Ta-da! Hi, story. So I want to say to you, hi, I got a story. See that? And you say, take off the H. Hi, story. Right? Hi, me. It's my story, right? So that's what I want to share. That's the reason why I call it Cultural Month or Heritage Month, because I want to share my story with you, my individual story. Someone might be able to relate to it, but it's my individual story. I stand for individual, and that's what I want to share with you. So, excuse me. In my story, we often use tea for everything. Tea just for everything. Tea. Tea. Now, tea. Tea is for every single thing. Your foot hurt, go drink some tea. Your hand hurt, go drink some tea. Your head hurt, drink some tea. Your belly hurt, drink some tea. So tea must always be next to me. Okay? Tea is my thing. Go to tea. I mean, I do much more, but go to tea, right? So individually, I like to tell my story. So tonight I want to talk about the fact that some stories that I can relate to, you might be relate. Something that I've experienced, you might be able to relate to it. And that one is, I don't know what happened to, like the clothes. The clothes, not the clothes that we wear. My mom, I'm talking about clothes. My mama was a seamstress. Actually, my mother was an entrepreneur. Yes, she was. My mother was an entrepreneur, right? And I like to talk about my parents on a whole because they were farmers. So I'm the farmer's daughter. Yes, I am the farmer's daughter, and I'm very proud to be the farmer's daughter. So they were entrepreneurs. They didn't know that big word. I don't even remember hearing that big word growing up. The biggest word I heard was Mississippi or geography. Yeah, those are the big words. So I don't remember if I don't even know if my parents heard of the big word entrepreneur, and some say entrepreneur, entrepreneur, entrepreneur. However we want to pronounce it, I don't think my parents heard about that big word. Okay, so what I do, I show up. I show up in their legacy. I show up honoring them. I show up what they deposit in me to bring and help to replenish the earth. Why? Because God created all of us to tap into our gifts and our talent and to replenish the earth. God put us on a path. We are on a path. We are not really, we are on a journey, and that journey is called life. And that is a road that we build. But on the road, there are paths, right? And there are paths, and we cross paths with each other. Your path is mine, your path crosses mine, and so forth. But when we cross, but we must do our very, very best to make sure that we are impacting lives as we go along. So we are all on this journey called life, right? And when we go on this journey, the minute we started on this journey, what is going to happen? We have an intention to achieve something. We have an intention and to achieve success. Everybody wants to be successful. It's just that simple. Everybody wants to be successful. You think I'm joking? I'm not joking. It is honestly true. Everybody wants to be successful. And because everybody wants to be successful, guess what's going to happen? We got to work together. And because we work together, you see that we will replenish the earth as we were rightfully designed to do. Because guess what? Nobody cannot succeed by themselves. Nobody cannot succeed by themselves. Absolutely not. Whether you are the prime minister, the president, the governor, the mayor, the teacher, the student, the doctor, lawyer, nobody cannot succeed by themselves. Therefore, I encourage you to work together because we need each other. Yes, we do. So let us work together so we can build a better community, better world, so with better family. When we work together as a family, we build a better community. When we work better as a community, we build a better neighborhood. When we build a better neighborhood, it results in building a better world. And what happened? The world needs something better. So let's show up with the intention and the mentality to do better, to give better, to think better, to act better, just to be better. So that's the reason why I show up in a capacity. I show up in a capacity to relearn and learn the very things that I believe will make the world better. That's just me. And that's the reason why I said I don't like to use the word colors when we're talking about our people and our culture. So one thing I want to talk about tonight, we've been talking about, oh, where's my thing? We talk about, putting the soap together. So let's recap a little bit. We talk about how what we did, the solution that we had when we had nothing or when we had little. The solution of the strategic way of how we got through things to make it up here. Because a lot of us got up here. A lot of people got up here. A lot of people make it up here. But what are the backstory? Oh no. What are the back story. Okay? What are the backstories? So that's what I call a little backstory, a little story that's coming in, that pushing up here. So a lot of people achieve things and they invent things, and we are celebrating right now. We are in the month where we are celebrating those who made great impact, but we never heard their little stories, right? Or the little backstory, like, oh my God, like, give me your backstory, give me your cultural story, give me your neighborhood story. What does that look like? You create the light bulb, but what did it look like in your community? What did it look like when you were going to school? What did it look like when you said, like, I got a light bulb moment? What did it look like? So I'm coming here to give you a little synopsis or little story, little pocket story of how we made it through, right? How we made it through, what we did, how we made it through to get here. And each time I think about how we made it through, I get overwhelmed because we are not just individual. We are a community. It's our culture. And when we are talking about culture, we are coming in and we are relating to each other. We are relating in such a way. So I get so overwhelmed when when I have to talk about our culture. I get really, really, really overwhelmed on that. We talk about having I'm from a huge family. Okay, let's say that first. I'm from a huge family, and I saw the strategic way of how my mother got through raising her children. How she got through, or my parents got through raising us, raise all of us without we even know that we're lacking anything. My goodness. I don't we even know that we lacking anything. And after I got through life, I got through like a certain era, a milestone, and I got to a certain point in my adult years. I got the backstory that we were very poor. And I tried to bring my brain back and I said, what does that even look like? Because what does poor look like? What is being poor? So when I got this story in my adult life to say that, oh, the family was very poor. Huh? In what sense? Because number one, we were a lot. We were a lot. There were a lot of children. But yet my mother was a community mother. Right? My mother was a community mother. So yeah, we had more children. We had more people coming to the house. We had food. We had clothes. We had shelter. We had bedrooms. And I watched my mom cook and cut it in pieces, break a piece of bread, put it in pieces, get one mango and share that one mango for like one mango was sharing like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Probably 7 people got from one mango. I said I grew up on a farm. Simply means I could reach for a fruit. I could go outside and get a food, a piece of potato. So when they told me I was poor, I think talking about it, it still shook. It shook me. And I think it's still shaking me up like, what do you mean I was poor? What does that mean? Huh? So I want to hear the story. I want to share the story, those backstory of how my mother cut pieces of food so everybody could eat. I want to share the backstory of how she cut up mango in like 8 different pieces and everybody got a piece of mango. I want to share the story of how we had soap, a bar of soap, and it was finishing and it got down to the nitty gritty. When it got down to the little nitty gritty, she could not afford another one. We put them together and we got a nice piece of soap. And when it couldn't fit together, we lathered it up in our hand and we bathed with it. Because if you rub it on your wash rag, Wash rug might get out a little bit faster. So we put it in our hand, rub it together, and we bathe with that. We're talking about taking that coconut, taking it out of the shell, grate it, and make different things with it. And then eating all that little trash from it, put a little sugar on there, and eat it. We talk about that. We're talking about taking your lunch money and buying some candy. Right? We talk about that. We talked about last night how we take the toothpaste, when we squeeze that toothpaste, and then when we squeeze it, and then nothing else is coming out from the top, and we believe it's finished, and it's not finished. But yet, parents could not afford to buy another one just yet. What they did, they cut the bottom of the toothpaste tube, and they take your toothbrush, and take it a little bit, because you don't need a lot of toothpaste on your toothbrush. You just need a pea size of toothpaste on your toothbrush to brush your teeth. And they will cut the bottom of that toothpaste tube, wet that toothbrush, and put it on there, and you brush your teeth, and you're good to go. And you will not get another toothpaste until that one is finished. So we never saw that was a lack. It just never seemed like it was a lack. And these are the stories. It just never seemed like it was a lack. So culturally, it is just not my parents that did that. It's not my parents alone. There are parents out there that did that. And it didn't matter where you were from. It's a cultural thing. It didn't matter where you were from. And if you didn't have no toothpaste, you're going to use some salt. So if you didn't know that you could use salt to brush your teeth, now you're going to learn that today. That if you don't have any toothpaste, and parents, guardian, mentor, whoever, if you don't have any toothpaste and you don't have the money to purchase a brand new toothpaste, you get some salt and put that just a little bit of salt, put your toothbrush and brush your teeth. It will build up the calcium in your teeth. Your teeth will be strong because that's natural calcium you're putting in your mouth. Ding, ding, ding. Anybody could relate? Now, listen to me. So culturally, we did these things, so it didn't matter. So when I got to a point where I relocated, and I'm like, you did that too? Yes. Culturally, we can go back into these stories and say, how did you manage when you didn't have no toothpaste in your house? How did you manage when you didn't have no soap to bathe in your house? How did you manage when you didn't have no running water in your house? How did you manage? But tonight, I want to talk about how did you manage when you didn't have no washing machine? So God bless the person who developed my washing machine right about now. God bless that person who developed washing machine. Okay? So what we did when we didn't have no washing machine? Hello. What we did? You wash by hand. You wash by hand. Were you thinking about having fancy nails? No. Were you thinking about your nails going to break? No. Were you thinking that your hand going to scratch? No. You were washing those clothes by hand. And when you didn't wash by hand, they had some little wash, like it was a little grater thing. It's shaped just like a grater, and you put it like that, and you scrub that clothes. Let me see, what was that called? It's like a clothes brush or something, like a clothes grater, and you scrub that clothes on that, okay? And when you don't have that, you get a regular brush. Y'all don't know anything about it. It's called a clothes brush. Not the brush that you brush your hair with. You get that clothes brush, and when you're washing, and then you get to the collar, and you brush, and you get the dirty. You brush the sleeve, and you brush, and you get to the knee, and you brush that clothes. Cultural story. This is our heritage. This is what our heritage made up of. our story. So our stories matter. Our stories matter. Our story is what put together. So it's not the great impact. Yeah, for the great impact. Our story put together, and that put when we put our story together, that's our heritage and our culture. And our culture cannot go anywhere. Our heritage cannot go anywhere. Okay? It cannot go anywhere. We wash them clothes, especially on a Saturday. Saturday was wash day. Okay? Saturday was wash and clean day. Come on in here. Saturday was wash and clean day, and you turn on that music. And for some people, they were watching, they were looking, the Soul Train was going on for those who in foreign countries. Soul Train. While we were in Jamaica. For those of you who don't know, I'm native Jamaican. Don't let this kind of photo fool you. I'm native Jamaican. I don't remember what was going on, but we had some show going on Saturday. But we had music. Saturday was music day. You play that music, and while you play that music, you're washing the clothes. Listen, whether you had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, how many children you had up in your household, somebody was doing something. Some were washing, some were cleaning. And let's jump right up in that cleaning now, baby. Let's jump in the cleaning, because the cleaning part, because when you pause, the washing by hand, and when you finish washing, all what the machine is doing right now, wash, rinse, throw water out, put more water in, rinse, put more water. That's what we did by hand. We had a wash pan. Yep, we did. We had a wash pan, and because we had a wash pan, we put the clothes up in there, wash, rinse, throw out water, wash, rinse, throw out water, wash, clean water, shake it out, and hang them up on that clothesline. Click, click, clothespin, bomb. No, what happened? You got it. Easy breezy. You got an easy breezy where you can just go to the washing machine, throw the clothes in, and go to sleep. Go right to sleep while the machine is working for you. No, we use our hands. Wash and dry. And God bless that sun. That sun come on and dry that. And if you are not outside like me, who came from the farm, we had to go out. Our clothes that was outside in the yard. If you didn't have a yard, you had a rope swinging from your apartment, going to the other side over there, right? Roll the rope out and swing it over there. Maybe from your apartment, outside your window, to the next person's window. Zoom, and zoom it back in when the clothes dry. But I tell you one thing, don't let the rain come and that clothes is still on the clothesline. No, no, no. You don't let the rain come and you still on the clothesline. That clothes should not be on the... You see the clouds start forming? Run to get that clothes. Yes, indeed. Run to get that clothes and make it happen for you. Okay? Run to get that clothes. Yes. When you do that, honey, you better have it in place. But like I said, Saturday was cleaning day and washing day. So while some washing, some cleaning. And let's talk about that cleaning, because now let's talk about the cleaning. You see, the cleaning simply means that you're going down on your knee and you are scrubbing that floor. So somewhere along the line, somebody probably was like, oh, my grandmother was a maid. And she had to scrub the toilet. She had to scrub this. I know what that is. I was not a maid. My grandma was not a maid either. But some people's story, and that's called our heritage, because somewhere your grandmother, your great grandmother came in and she's like, listen, I had to scrub this. I had to scrub the walls. I had to scrub the floor. So you see what I'm saying? It is our story. It's a relatable story. Your great grandmother was like, oh, I was a slave where I had to go in and scrub that floor. Get on my knees, get the bucket with the water, put that bucket with the water. Now you fancy, okay? No, you fancy. They have something called Swiffer. I ain't fancy now. I've been using the Swiffer too. You get a fancy map, but no, baby, you get the bucket of water and you get a piece of cloth. That must be, that must, don't be calling me. And you get a bucket of water. And if it's not the Lord calling me, I will not be answering that phone call. Absolutely. God gonna be calling me like, girl, that's you talking about how I brought you through. It better be God telling me I brought you through that. So that bucket of water sit there and you put a piece of cloth in there. Sometimes it's an old t-shirt, a whole piece of rag, something, and you put it in that bucket of water, soak that up, and you get on your knee and scrub that floor. Scrub that floor. Spick, span, and span. Okay? Spick, span, span. Yep, indeed. Scrub up that floor on your knees. When you think about, oh, my knee hurt. Oh, my knee gonna be this. Right now, if I look at my knees, I probably got some marks on my knee. I do got some marks on my knee. Was it from all that scrubbing on the floor? No, maybe it's from me falling over. Maybe it's from me running on the Rocky Mountains. Maybe it's me running on the Rocky Hills of St. Andrew. Yep, indeed. Falling down. Doing all sorts of stuff. Yeah. But you get on your knee and you scrub that floor. But let me tell you something about Jamaica. You get on your knee, scrub that floor. And when you scrub that floor, because first of all, for you to scrub the floor, you got to get that broom. We don't have these fancy broom they go buy. We go make our broom. We get that broom and we make up that broom. Make that broom and sweep up the floor. Get on the floor, scrub it up. But we had a thing where we had to polish the floor. We had to polish the floor. And again, you on your knee polishing that floor. And guess what? That we had to shine the floor. And guess what's going to happen? Baby, you're shining the floor on your knees too. And when you shine that floor, you get another piece of cloth and you rub over that. So it's supposed to be spick and span. That is so shine. You could like, let me put on my face. Let me see my face up in it because makeup was not a thing. Put on what makeup? No, we don't do that. There's no makeup. You in this household, you're not wearing no makeup. You don't got time to be saying like, oh, I'm smudging my nails. Wear no nail polish. We had all of that. No nail polish, no lashy, no nothing. You doing all of this, right? And you're kneeling down and you're scrubbing up the floor and you're shining up the floor. And you better not step on it until further notice. Okay? But I tell you, the brush, we had a brush for the floor brush. We had a floor brush. It was made out of coconut, the shell of the coconut. Remember we talked about coconut a couple days ago? So now the shell of the coconut, make a brush. And we clean that floor. We shine that floor. So we got stories, okay? We got stories. And then we are listening to our music while we're doing all of that. Sometimes you just dance and the vibes of the music just keep you going. And boy, oh boy, what fun time that would be. We like to have fun. I grew up in fun. I don't want to go back to my childhood, but that would be a thing. Like I love my childhood. I love it. I love every bit of my childhood. I learn, I grow. It was just fun. If you didn't have a fun childhood and your childhood cannot relate to mine, then I'm not sure I want to say I'm sorry, but yeah, it's a pity that you didn't have such. Well, everybody didn't have a great childhood, and it's just a pity, because we shouldn't really rob children from that. But it depends on where you grew up. But I loved mine. I love my childhood. I love it. That's why I'm here now telling you this story. And I mean, sometimes we have tragic story that we should really tell too, because then it's not really our story. We want to encourage people to be brave enough to tell their story, right? Because it's my childhood, the beauty of my childhood and the beauty of me sharing these pocket story with you, these stories, my culture, my heritage with you, allow me to do all these things behind me. You see all these things behind me? Yeah, you see all of this behind me? It is the heritage. It is what poured into me as a child that allowed me to come now to stand in my parents' legacy to do all of these great things, right? And as a child, I believe the person who we are celebrating, like so many people that we are celebrating this month, all the great inventors, they had great stories, or maybe they didn't have great stories. But at the end of the day, together, we create a whole culture, and together, it's our heritage, right? Our culture. Someone say a taste of our culture. So right here, I'm just giving you a little glimpse of our culture, of what it's made up of, right? What it's made up of, the good, the bad, the ugly. Because if I'm telling somebody right now, I got out of, let me tell you, I got to the point out of where I'm scrubbing on my knee to where I moved up to the vacuum cleaner. And then we had a thing called a polisher, and the polisher would clean the floor. I was like, oh my God, I don't gotta go on my knee no more. What? I don't gotta do this. So the polisher was like, it just cleaned the floor. I was like, oh my goodness, like this is great. Like I don't gotta do this. And then now you got to the point where you just like you get to the vacuum cleaner, and then now you get to the Swiffer and all these fancy stuff. And then I got something now recently. Recently I got this. A bucket. It comes with a map, and the map, when you put the water in the map, you don't gotta wring the map out no more. Anybody know that? Anybody know how you have to put the map in the water and take it out, wring out much of the water so it won't drip, drip, drip to mop your floor? But I got me a bucket the other day, and the bucket says hands free. I saw it as a hands free. I was like, what? I wanted to mop my house, and you tell me that I don't got to put my hand in this water? I don't got to put my hand in the water to wring out the mop? Mm-mm. It's hands-free bucket. Totally hands-free. Right? Why is it hands-free? Lord. Why is it hands-free? Because you put anybody got this? You put the bucket, the mop in it, and you take, and there's a lever on the my goodness. There's a lever on the bucket that you press with your foot. And it's supposed to squeeze the water out of the mop. And learn. Haven't we grown into some great stuff? See where I'm coming from? Yeah, see where I'm coming from? I'm coming from scrubbing on the floor with my knees. Coming from scrubbing, kneeling down to know I'm taking my little soul with a lever. And you remind me of when my mama was doing a lot of. My mama was a dressmaker, so that lever remind me of the a lever remind me of the anybody know the sewing machine, right? So now I'm looking at the bug and I'm like, oh my gosh, we have improved. We came up a far way. So when we come up a far, we reach to the high story, the height of that story. Hello, 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 hello. Right? And another thing I want to talk about on Saturdays. Well, most of the time, I don't know if you've been on this channel. You hear me talk about my dad. I do talk about both parents, but I talk about my dad. Our Christmas was wow. Christmas was just a wow, a wow, a wow. And if you have watched, I think I have some videos on here of my little grandboy And what he did, he created some Christmas. He created his Christmas presents, and it reminded me. I got so overjoyed, joy, watching him making stuff for Christmas, because that's what we did. That is exactly what we did for Christmas. We had to put things together, and we had to get a little piece of paper and put things together and make stuff for Christmas. Make our decoration for Christmas and make our little gifts for Christmas. And if we got a gift, it was like maybe a socks for Christmas. We had Christmas gift Christmas was just so joyful that we got maybe a pack of pencil for Christmas. Like, yeah. And if we got a pen, oh, you know you got something, honey. You got something if you got pens for Christmas. You got like a roll on, and they roll, and you get maybe an underwear or something. Anybody? Anybody know what I'm talking about? These are our cultural story. These are our cultural story where Christmas was enjoyable. And I talk about how my dad used to we never had soda. We never drank soda. And that's going to take me to what we used to do. We never drank soda in our household. Our household was just not for soda. Okay, soda was just like, we don't drink soda up in here. So when I see soda now, it's like, I don't really drink soda. But then I did drink soda somewhere along before I got to this point. At this point, I don't really drink soda now. But somewhere in my middle transition, up into the side, I drank soda. Because I'm like, what? Soda? So we never drank soda in my household. And I don't know how many people in my culture that can relate to this, that they never had soda. Soda was a treat. Soda was just a treat. Oh my God. Soda was a treat. And again, if you don't know, I am a native of the most beautiful place in the world. That is Jamaica. So I'm going to tell you this part of Jamaica, from my household to yours, or my story, my community to yours, that we never had soda. Soda was a treat. And because soda was a treat to us, Ambassador Trinity, I see you. Welcome, Wagwan. Soda was a treat to us. So we never had soda, but we would have soda only on Christmas. Oh my goodness. Only on Christmas. And I don't know how many of you can relate to this. We only had soda on Christmas time. So from January, we looking forward for Christmas. And you see how many months that, right? And January, we look forward for Christmas. We had a high side all the way to December. From January 1st, we're like, yes, because Christmas come, we're going to get soda. Everybody's going to get a bottle of soda. In Jamaica, we didn't have the canned soda. We had them in bottles. And because we had them in bottles, oh my goodness, you get a bottle of soda for yourself? Hello, somebody? No soda in my also, darling. And we had bottled soda. And the bottled soda came in flavors, like fruity flavor, like you had pineapple, orange, grape. Then we had champagne. Then we had cream soda. And then we had ginger beer. And then we had a grapefruit one called Ting. So we had those variety of soda. Oh boy. Any Jamaicans and here, if you know what I'm talking about, my, what was your favorite soda? So on Christmas, that's when we would get a treat for soda, and we would get our soda. But somewhere before Christmas, we didn't have the luxury, because I call it now the luxury. And we had to find strategic way to make the household work. And what we did in the household as a culture. And I tell you, every time I think about where I'm coming from and the culture that molds me, the community that molds me, I get very overwhelmed. I get very overwhelmed of how God has been good. God is like, you see what I can do, girl? Yes. And in our household and plus the community, what we did, and I know somebody can relate to this in our culture as well, because my culture is not only where I'm from. My culture is not only Jamaica. My culture is the people. Our heritage are the people, right? And in my household, we had something called sugar water. Sugar water. Before we got to our fancy treat in December of our soda, we had sugar water. Sugar water simply mean that you get a container and you put some water and sugar. Voila. That's your sugar water. And you want to drink that up almost every day. Mhm. You drink up your sugar water. And when you drink that sugar water, listen again, I am a farmer's daughter. So I had access to fruits. So we had access to food, right? So we plant the carrot, we plant the potato, we plant the yam, we plant all of that. But we had fruit. We were surrounded by fruits. Now, if anybody knows me at this point in my life, you know that I'm a smoothie girl. Hey, I'm a smoothie girl because no, I had to go back and grab my story. I had to go back and grab what I had and bring it here to have a healthier lifestyle. We had sugar water. We drank sugar water, but when my mama wants to get a little bit fancier, or somebody else wanted to get a bit fancier, where somebody else in the community want to get a little bit fancier, and especially if you're having a visitor, you grab yourself a lime, that green lime or a lemon. Lemon was not much, but we had lime. We had lime trees. And in the community, there are lime trees. And if you're in the community, because our community was we were together. And that is the message I want us to understand, that when we work together, we have a better culture. When we work together, we have a better community. My community, I grew up seeing us working together. That if my household, my yard had a lime tree and the neighbor didn't, but they wanted some lemonade, go on up to there and ask for a lime, please, and come on back. Go on down there, ask for a lime and come on back. You ask your neighbors for something. You shared with your neighbor. So when that sugar water was going to get fancy, we were going to get fancy with a lime. And that, my dear, is called lemonade. Limeade, lemonade. We ain't calling no limeade, it's lemonade. Fresh. And you mix that up with your good sugar, put in the fridge to get some chill on there, and you pour that up in your little cup, drink it. That means you got real fancy. You see, Jamaicans, on the whole, we extra. Mhm. But culturally, we're real extra. We're very extra. So listen, when we got little lemonade, we extra now. We real extra. Mhm. So if you can relate to that, then you can relate to the culture. If you can relate to that, you can relate to the heritage. The heritage of all people will always stand. The heritage and the culture and our story will always stand, because no matter what great impact we made on society, that we are not telling, or we are not being acknowledged for, or whether we are being acknowledged in this much or that much, it doesn't matter. Our heritage, our culture, our story will always stand, because that's what built us as a people. That's what binds us together as a people, as a community, as a culture, as a heritage. I say to you, me being a native of the most beautiful place in the world, and I'm not leading my mouth to say that, it is true. Me being a native of the most beautiful place in the world, that is Jamaica. My heritage is where I came from. My heritage is still in my bosom, it's still in my heart. My culture latch on to me. My culture is what? It don't really say who I am, but my culture define where I am today. My culture will never leave me, because who? You see, Wagwan simply means I could now speak on my culture behalf. I can now relate on my culture behalf. I could teach you a word or two. Yes, because my culture, we're extra and we appreciate that which we are coming from. We build on that which we came from. Why? Because we had a mentality to work together. We are resilient and we are strong. We are powerful. And one thing that my parents taught me at all time is to put God first. So I say to you, in this month, don't only put God first and don't only acknowledge the great impact of inventors and great achievers out there. Come back and find your culture of where you start. So what? We could laugh and talk together. Yes, we all, my culture is full of story. We love to tell our story. It is in our blood, it is in our DNA. We love to tell our story. We love for you to come and tell us your story. We would love for you to celebrate with us as I can relate to our story, our culture, our heritage. That is who we are. So I want to say again, happy birthday to those of you out there celebrating birthday. Guess what? Whose birthday is today? It is Nina Simone's birthday today. So yes, indeed, another one of us, of our cultural people. Have yourself. Music is our culture. That's why we say it's reggae month. Go out there right now and go listen to some reggae and big up yourself. One love every time. See you on the next go around as we step into the next few more days of this month celebrating what? Our culture and our heritage, the community from which we came from. That put a little stamp on us of where we are going. Bye. Thank you so much, Ambassador Trinity, for coming in.